story about a little girl named Rachel. And for her 9th birthday, she wanted to do something different. Instead of receiving gifts, she wanted to raise $300 for Charity Water, a nonprofit organization providing clean and safe drinking water to people in developing countries. 1 month after Rachel's birthday, she passed away in a tragic accident. The pastor at her church decided to continue her campaign and raise money for Charity Water. As word spread about Rachel's generosity and compassion for helping others, donations came pouring in. At the end of her campaign, she raised over $1.2 million. Because of her wish, 143 water projects were built, providing almost 38,000 people with clean water. She inspired almost 32,000 donations from all over the world to support her cause.
Rachel's story shows the powerful impact that one child's actions can make in the world. It's also a great example of a young child thinking beyond themselves. We considered how could we encourage and inspire more of this kind of action within children. We believe that all people are born inherently good and have witnessed the capacity within children for kindness, compassion, and empathy. As the adults who engage in children's lives, as parents, teachers, relatives, and friends, we have an obligation to nurture the goodness that is within them. Even better, we can help them make the transition naturally from thinking mostly of themselves first to empathetic and contributing members of society. How do we do this? We do it by providing repeated and intentional giving experiences where the children can begin to own their own transition. In the words of Maria Montessori, the child is constructing the man he will become.
In her line of work, Margaret, as a Montessori teacher, and I had built a website connecting crafters with volunteer opportunities. We wanted to find a way to combine our two passions, working with children and helping others. We wanted to explore the idea of involving children in creating charitable projects to show them firsthand they had the personal ability to help others. Charitable projects come in all different forms, from raising money to service projects. And service projects can vary from helping at a homeless shelter to collecting cans for a food drive. We chose to focus on projects where children would be making items to give to others. At this stage, children understand the value of their time and effort much more so than the concept of monetary value. In the beginning, we weren't sure if the children would embrace this project. However, at a certain age, children begin to develop the capacity for generosity. In a study in the academic journal Infancy, it was found that children started showing signs of generosity at the age of 2. With this in mind, we were cautiously optimistic that this project would nurture that generosity and show children that they had the power and the ability to help others.
We began our work with children by sharing real stories of the social issues at hand to help them make a deeper connection to the projects and the issues. Through these stories, the children would begin to understand the positive impact that they could have on other people's lives. The first project we took on with the children was to knit hats for babies born premature and therefore at risk. The donation of handmade hats was a means of providing love and support to the preemies and their families. With this project and those that followed, we would use the age as the children we were working with to guide us on how to approach delicate issues. As the children began knitting the hats, an amazing change occurred within them. They became encouraging and supporting of each other's works and said things such as, "I can't wait for a preemie to wear this hat," or "Can I please make another when this one is finished?" Their excitement only grew as the hats were completed and they realized that their own hands, their time and their energy had just created something special that would help someone in need. But we didn't stop at just one project.
We found other groups that the children could help. For example, helping the elderly, to helping the homeless, to helping animals in shelters. As we brought more projects to the students on a regular basis, their engagement grew. Conversations became more meaningful, and students stopped asking if they could keep the project for themselves. They began to have a sense of ownership, of empowerment, of selflessness. They now realize that each and every one of them, with their own hands, had the ability to make an impact in the world. Coming out of these projects, we realized the validity and the power of service learning. Service learning is a teaching and learning method that integrates meaningful community service with instruction and reflection to create an enriched learning experience, teach civic responsibility, and strengthen communities. Our approach to service learning was to engage a child's time, their energy, and their skills to create items for others. We have seen firsthand how schools and parents have embraced this idea of service learning through crafting. Our program that started with just 12 students has now grown to hundreds all over the country, making thousands of items, not just for people in the community, but all over the world. Also, so in support of service learning, there was an analysis done of 62 studies that involved 12,000 students that show when compared to a control group, those that actually participated in a service learning program showed significant gains in 5 areas. Their attitudes towards self, their attitudes towards school and learning, civic engagement, social skills, and academic performance. As parents, we can testify how hard it is to impart these things on our children. But through our work and experience, we have seen firsthand this approach to service learning through crafting can benefit children of all ages.
We began our talk with a heroic story of one girl's actions making a large impact in the world. However, we want to stress that making just one choice can affect other people and cause a ripple effect. Just a month ago, a video went viral of a young girl at a restaurant carrying her plate of food outside to give to a homeless man. Her actions on that day not only affected that man, but touched the hearts of hundreds of thousands of people. So with homelessness in mind, another project we took on was to make blessing bags. Homelessness is an issue that many children see firsthand in their communities that evoke many questions. We talked about need versus want to give context to the issue, then had children fill the bags with basic necessities of the homeless, such as soaps, shampoos, granola bars, or gloves. We then asked the children and their families to disperse these bags as they saw need within their community.
Tackling such a complicated issue, especially with children, can be challenging. However, we knew that this project hit the mark when we received this picture and a response from a parent. Thank you so much for the intentionality of teaching our children about caring for others. The girls were thrilled to go downtown today to pass out their blessing bags. We even stood back and watched as a woman poured excitedly through her bag. We love this story because it shows the full cycle of giving. Not only were the children excited about handing their blessing bag to help others, but they also got to directly experience the appreciation and the gratitude of the recipient.
We have witnessed the amazing transition that occurs within children as they go from thinking mostly of themselves first to consciously thinking of others. We have an incredible opportunity to shift our culture and to invest in the potential generosity of our children. We would like to invite you today to join us in this journey, whether it be making blessing bags for the homeless, cards for children at a local hospital, or gifts for residents of a senior center. The possibilities are endless.
And as if one child makes an individual change, a collective change occurs within society. We know that we can make a kinder, more compassionate, more empathetic society, one child at a time. Thank you.
Thank you.